Fire away.
Coach, talk a little bit about the completeness of this game. It looked like you guys dominated from start to finish.
I mean, probably. I thought that you never frown on a 5-2 win and a 5-1 lead after the second period. I would have liked to close out a little stronger. They'd made a nice play on their goal, but and I still think it was goal interference, to be very honest. But I'll go to my grave knowing it was. I thought that for a week off, that was what you expect. You expect a little bit of lack of execution in some areas. The crispness wasn't quite there in transition. We didn't play as fast as we want to with the pace that we want to. So we'll be a lot better in those areas tomorrow. But overall, I thought we played pretty well, especially for taking a week off and coming in and getting a 5-2 win.
So the second period, you get a power play goal and even strength on a short end.
Yeah, that's a complete trifecta right there. But the Master made a hell of a play. I know it was Donor that made the play to Juddy, and Juddy it was a really nice finish.
Your thoughts on TJ again tonight? He was solid as always.
Yeah, he was solid. I thought for the first time all season he was maybe fighting it a little bit in the first, and he got through it, which was good to see. And then he settled in and was himself. He was really good.
Is the power play one of those areas you want to see a little more execution going forward?
Yeah, I thought the power play, Kopp just missed the net in the first period, and he buries that all the time. And, it had a lot of really good looks, and it got us a big goal to go up 4-1, and we knew when we went up 4-1, it's probably game over. So at the end of the day, they got us a goal. We won the special teams battle, which is always a huge measurement and metric that you want to hit, and we got it done.
Is it that much more encouraging when you've been so strong on the power play over the last 3 games, especially? It seems like to go 0 for tonight and still be able to got 5 goals.
Well, we scored a power play goal, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah, so it's just not on the score sheet, but it'll get changed. We did score. Donor's goal was a power play goal, so we got one. Again, when you get a power play goal and you don't give up one, you win the special teams battle. It's huge.
Coach, what can you say about the depth tonight, getting 5 goals from 5 different players? How important is that on not only tonight but moving forward?
Well, we're deep, and we've said that from day one, and when it was a matter of time before the Jacksons really get going. I thought they were our best players tonight. They just played with some pace, and they were really moving and getting a lot of good things done. They could have had a few. So when they're going to start scoring for us, we have a lot of guys up front that can get it done.
Coach, earlier this week you mentioned kind of not taking this Alaska Anchorage team lightly. Scoring 2 goals in the first period, how do you think your team came out today?
Well, you can't take anybody lightly. We're still a new program too. So we've been where they're at. Not very long ago at all, and we know. When you go into environments like this and buildings like this against teams like ours, it's an opportunity for new programs. They have nothing to lose, and that's the way they play. The team plays hard. They played to the final buzzer, and we knew that they would. And we're gonna have to be better tomorrow because we know they'll be better.
Coach, it seems like every time an Alaska team comes to town, it gets pretty physical. Had Doogie throwing a couple shots last year against Fairbanks, then very physical game tonight. I feel like one of the most physical at home so far this year. Why do you think that is against teams from up there?
I think these teams are they just play hard. They play hard and with a chip, and I respect that. And they kept it clean, and I liked how the team played. They just played hard. We knew that they would. With being independent and they're independent, and so is Fairbanks, and we're kind of committed to playing them as long as we are 4 times a year. It's going to develop into a rivalry, just like it did with Fairbanks.
Coach, you get 2 kind of dirty goals there per se in the first period. About 15 minutes to go, or started. 15 minutes. What was kind of the message there after getting those 2? They played you hard kind of that first 15 and getting those 2 dirty goals there to go 2-0.
Yeah, it's what it takes. It doesn't always have to be pretty, and it can't always be pretty. So we preach that all the time of getting a guy driving hard to the net with his stick on the ice, and 2 guys did it, and it got us a nice cushion, and we didn't look back.
Thoughts on Dangos tonight? I thought he was good.
He was really good. He made a hell of a play on the entry in that first goal. He's a dynamic kid back there. He made some mistakes, which you knew he would. He played in 3 games and sat out 6, so it was his first game back, and he made an impact in a positive way, and he'll be a lot better tomorrow. Just more crisp coming out of our zone, tape to tape, getting it, moving his feet a little bit more. Those are all things that he can do a little bit better, but I think overall he made a positive impact on the game.
Any updates on Jackson and Charlie?
Yeah, they're fine. If they had to play, they could, but it's November, and you know we have a deep roster, and if kids are 80%, we're going to play the kids that are 100% right now at this point in the season.
Anything else?
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
Coach.
Yep.
Thank you. Copper, let's start with you. Your thoughts tonight on just a complete effort from your roster?
Yeah, I think we had a pretty good game overall. We definitely didn't play our best game for sure. Tomorrow night they're going to come out harder, so we got to limit our mistakes and everything as well.
Did it feel different having a week off before you came out again?
Yeah, definitely. We felt way more energized. We had our legs back and everything. It was good to get the week off and come back and get a win tonight.
Guys, both of you, it seemed like a more physical game compared to some of the teams we've had come here in the past few weeks for home ties. So why do you think that is, that Fairbanks last year, Anchorage this year, just really physical, gritty teams that seem to play the body a lot?
Yeah, I think Coach mentioned that coming in the pre-scout, they're going to be physical. He mentioned they all have like a chip on their shoulder. So we kind of expected that and just had to play through it and use our legs and make sure we're skating and get our speed up. And that way it's difficult for teams to play physical and be successful if you're skating well.
How are you guys as players kind of able to flip the switch from the game in Vegas where it's all UND fans, you guys are heavy underdogs, now this week you come home, it's all ASU fans and you guys are the favorites. How are you guys kind of able to flip that switch in your mind and come out and play like you did tonight?
There were North Dakota fans in Vegas. It was, our student section's amazing, our crowd's amazing, so it was definitely good to have everybody back on our side, unlike walking around in Vegas, it's all green and stuff, so it's a lot more fun having ASU behind us this time.
Coach mentioned kind of how he doesn't want you guys to take Alaska Anchorage lightly, and after you scored 2 period goals, it didn't seem like you guys were doing that. What did you think of your play tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think our play was okay. Like, we know we can definitely be better. That's what Coach mentioned. But, I mean, that's kind of what you expect sometimes when you have a week off. You might not be as sharp as you want to be. But I think we had timely scoring, and we made sure we scored at the right times. We kind of came through at the right times, so that was huge today, and hopefully tomorrow we can clean it up a bit and also score at the right times and be a little bit better.
What are some things you guys have to clean up for tomorrow so you guys can be on the top of your game?
I think we got to limit our mistakes. We gave up. We had 2 mistakes and they scored on them. We also have to stay out of the penalty box because we knew they would come in and try run their mouths and try to get us off our games, and we just got to stick to our plan.
Yeah, I think it was just a couple turnovers that we need to limit. Coach talks about it all the time, so we just got to be sharper on that tomorrow.
It looked like you guys had opportunities to score more goals. Does it feel like you're going to bust out and have like an 8-goal game coming up here?
You would think so. I don't. It's our team's playing so well right now that I think anybody can score a goal on every shift, it feels like. So it's a lot of fun right now, and eventually they're just going to keep going, and we're going to start winning games by a lot more than we do right now.
How much easier is it to play in front of TJ than it would be, say, another goaltender that's not TJ?
Well, we don't need defense with TJ, but he's a superstar. It's a lot of fun to play in front of him.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to play in front of him for a couple years now. Last year he obviously stepped in for us and did an awesome job, and then this year he's made the transfer, and it's been really smooth for him, and he stepped right in, and he's a really confident kid, and he's been awesome.
How'd it feel to get a goal in the maroon and gold?
Felt good.
Yeah.
I know everybody kept saying it was my first, but I actually did score a couple weekends
Yeah.
ago against college. But no, it felt good for sure, and I thought our line was skating well today. Like I said, we can still limit a couple turnovers here and there, but I thought that we were just moving our feet well, and we need to continue that into tomorrow.
Anything else? Okay.